and accurately to the best of your ability?
I do, Dalia Romero, State Certified Spanish Interpreter for the record.
All right, I have Jorge
Dominguez.
Thomas.
Sí.
Thank you.
Okay. I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set bond at $2,500 on count 1, $1,000 on count 2, and $1,000 on count 3, with no contact and separate residences. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, bond is set as I stated.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'm appointing the public defender in all cases. All right, next up, Giovanni Ramos. Mr. Ramos?
Ramos, señor Ramos.
Okay. Mr. Ramos, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to represent you, okay? You understand?
A little bit.
Can you hear the interpreter?
No. I'm not hearing anything.
Okay, is his headphones working if he can't hear the interpreter?
Really?
That's strange, Your Honor. He says,
Can you talk it again?
Can you take his headphones off so he can just hear through the loudspeaker?
quítase los audífonos, por favor, quítase los audífonos.
All right,
Bien. La abogada está parada a su lado, señor.
all right. Sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you understand?
Le estoy designando a la abogada defensora pública para que les represente. ¿Entiende esto, sí o no?
She's your lawyer for this proceeding.
Yes. Ella es su abogada para este procedimiento.
Okay, I do find probable cause in this case. I see he's eligible for PTR. I'm inclined to grant PTR with no contact and separate residences. Anything from the state?
Bien, el juez ha determinado que hay causas que respaldan la acusación y está inclinado a permitirle salir bajo libertad preventiva sin que tenga contacto con la víctima, sin que regrese a la residencia. ¿Algo más de la fiscal?
Your Honor, the state would request no bond. This is a kidnapping case, which is punishable by life offense.
Do I have my things mixed up here? Hold on.
Don't have that either.
This is
Un
Giovanni.
momento,
Hold on a second.
la fiscal está pidiendo que se le detenga sin fianza porque este es un caso de un alegado secuestro. El juez está chequeando los papeles. Un momento.
I read the affidavit. I didn't think this was a case that justified no bond.
This is Giovanni, correct?
I understand
El
it's a
juez ha
false
leído la
imprisonment
affidavit.
charge, but given the facts as they're alleged, I didn't think it justified no bond. If I impose a bond, what bond would you ask for?
El juez leyó la affidavit acusatoria y piensa que esto no es un caso donde no requiere que se le detenga sin fianza. Le está preguntando a la fiscal si le fuera a dar una fianza, qué cantidad quiere la fiscal que se le designe.
$5,000 bond.
Defense?
Una fianza de $5,000. ¿Defensa?
Your Honor, Mr. Ramos cannot afford a $5,000 bond, and he does qualify for PTR. It's not a kidnapping, it's false imprisonment, domestic violence, not a punishable by life offense. So defense would ask that you stick with the pretrial release.
La abogada de la defensa ha argumentado que el señor Ramos no puede pagar una fianza de $5,000. Él es elegible para libertad preventiva, que este es un caso de retención con pretextos falsos, violencia doméstica, y está pidiendo que se le imponga la libertad preventiva como previamente mencionado.
I'm going to grant PTR. No contact with the victim, separate residences. Sir, do you know what no contact means?
Señor, se le va a permitir salir bajo el programa de libertad preventiva. No puede tener contacto con la víctima y no puede regresar a la residencia. ¿Usted entiende lo que quiere decir que no puede tener contacto con la víctima?
Sir, no contact means no contact of any kind, no phone calls, no text messages, no emails.
Señor,
Understood?
que no puede tener contacto quiere decir que usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto, no puede llamar por teléfono, no puede enviarle mensaje de texto o correos electrónicos. ¿Entiende esto, señor? ¿Sí o no?
If you contact Myra in any way,
Yes.
you'll be in violations of your conditions of release, and you'll be back here, and you may lose your bond completely and be in here without the ability to get out. Do you understand?
Usted entiende que si usted se comunica con la tal Mayra, esto va a estar en incumplimiento de las condiciones de su libertad, va a tener que ser traído aquí nuevamente y lo más seguro va a quedar detenido sin fianza hasta que este caso se vea en el tribunal. ¿Entiende esto, señor?
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, real quick.
Buena suerte.
Sorry, the interpreter. Can we do a one-time return with law enforcement to get his belongings?
Yes.
Thank you.
Se le permite regresar en una sola ocasión acompañado de un policía para retirar sus artículos personales.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
All right, this is Mr. Macario Aguilar.
Señor Macario Aguilar.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Señor, le estoy designando la abogada defensor público aquí a su lado para que le represente. ¿Entiende esto?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, I find probable cause. I'm inclined to set a bond of $500 on each of the two counts for a total bond of $1,000 with the conditions of no use of alcohol or non-prescribed medications or illegal drugs. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Defense?
Bien, señor, el juez está inclinado ha determinado que hay causas que respaldan la acusación. La fianza es $500 en cada uno de los casos, un total de $1,000. No puede consumir drogas, alcohol o medicamentos sin recetas.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. Good luck to you.
Nada más de parte de la defensa. Buena suerte, señor. Eso es todo.
Okay, I think, are we gonna, do we have any Spanish in Osceola? All right, Madam Interpreter, we probably will need you again, but not for a while. So I think I'm gonna hang up and call you back when we're ready for you, okay?
Oh, okay. So you're not taking the Osceola cases for Spanish?
We're having some technical
now?
difficulties reaching Osceola. We're waiting for the IT department to resolve those. I don't know if it'll be 10 minutes from now or an hour from now. So as soon as the IT department is able to get us connected with Osceola, we'll bring you back, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Cheekins Caesar? Okay. Yes, reset for tomorrow. Oscar Perez Feliciano?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, sir. I find probable cause. He's not shown up. It's a failure to appear. I'm inclined to no bond him. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask for a reasonable bond with conditions of PTR.
He's failed to show up for court on prior proceedings. I'm going to no bond him. Sir, you're going to remain here. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Jeremy Veering, are you Mr. Veering? All right, Mr. Veering, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set a bond of $2,500 with no contact with the victims and no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Veering is not he's limited limited financial means, and he would ask that Your Honor allow him to be on PTR or ROR. He is in a program here in the county that further, no, I don't want you to say that. That further, I'm sorry, Your Honor, helps with the financial situation and with housing and so forth. Therefore, I mean, it's very limited. He assures me that he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to return for court. So he would just ask that.
I've never ran from the police, and I've never absconded, and I've always turned myself in when I had a warrant. I've never ran from the police ever. The housing program I am in is called Shelter Care Plus, and it's ran by Orange County Health Department.
What's the position of the state?
The state would agree to a $2,500 bond.
What bond?
$2,500.
Well, that's what I ordered. They're asking for a lower. Do you
Oh.
oppose their objection for a lower bond?
The state objects.
I'm going to leave the bond at 2,500. No contact and no contact with the victim and no return to the scene.
I'm sorry, does that mean I'm not allowed to go back to that store?
If you bond out, correct, you are not allowed to return to that store.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, sir. Okay, Limey Zing?
Yes.
Is it Ms. Zing? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay, all right, Ms. Zing. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? This is a failure to appear. I find probable cause. I'm inclined to no bond it. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we would just ask for a reasonable bond or PTR.
I mean, she already didn't show up. No, I'm going to no bond her.
Your Honor, it did come with a $500 bond. Are you going to stay the bond on the warrant?
I'm sorry?
It came with a $500 bond?
Correct, I'm inclined to no bond it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck to you, ma'am. All right, we have are you Mr. Salazar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Salazar, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? Is there an issue, Deputy? No, sir. Okay. Mr. Salazar, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, this is a warrant. He's being held for Seminole, so I mean, he'll be held for Seminole County to pick him up. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, this is out of Seminole County. They're going to come pick you up, and you'll be handled by a judge there, okay?
I'd actually like to challenge the judge's jurisdiction.
I'm sorry, sir? Can you,
It's the jurisdiction.
well, the warrant's being issued. There's not going to be any challenge to the jurisdiction of the court today. It's a Seminole County warrant. It'll be sent to Seminole County, and you'll be able to raise any issues like to with the judge in Seminole County. You were picked up on an out-of-county warrant. Orange County picks you up, gives you the county that issued the warrant, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Madeline Gonzalez. Okay, she'll be reset for tomorrow. Do we have the? Okay, should I wait on the Creole person then? How long will it take to get him on the line? Okay. Let's just go when we get to the Creole person in my stack. We'll do that Creole person when we get to him. I have next Alexis Ogida. Oh, that's the Creole person? All right, let's get her on the line.
Your Honor, while we're waiting, I guess,
We'll go off the record for a minute.
Hello, the interpreter is here.
Okay. Are you Mr. Alexis? Okay.
Est-ce que vous c'est Monsieur Alexis?
I'm gonna appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Moi pral mette défendeur public qui à côté là pour lui capable et servir comme avocat. Est-ce que vous comprenez? Yes.
We have a translator over the loudspeaker. If at any time you'd like to speak with your attorney privately, you let me know and I'll have another interpreter called on the phone there for you to speak with your attorney, okay?
Alors nous avons interprète dans téléphone là, si tu as besoin de parler avec avocat là et en privé à n'importe quelle heure ou faire me connaître et puis m'a fait l'autre avocat l'autre interprète sur l'autre téléphone pour capable parler avec et avocat là en privé. D'accord?
Okay. I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond at $2,500 with no contact with the victim and separate residences from the victim. I am inclined to revoke the 2 prior bonds that he is out on.
Alors moi je vois une cause probable et m'a obligé mettre caution pour 2500. M'a obligé et mettre que ou pas gain droit gain contact avec victime nan. For the purpose of accuracy, Your Honor, did you say that there were 2 bonds that were going to be revoked?
Yes, I'm inclined to revoke the 2 prior bonds.
Et à ce moment-là, kounya, moi pral révoquer 2 cautions qui que te baou avant yo.
Anything from the state?
no objection.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you not revoke the 2 criminal traffic cases and to reduce this case at hand. It's a misdemeanor. $2,500 is very high for a misdemeanor battery case for an indigent client.
What's the position of the state on their request?
The state wouldn't mind lowering the bond, but we would object to revoking the 2 prior bonds since he's been out of bond and he's gotten a new charge.
You would object to not revoking, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. I'll set the bond at $1,500, no contact and with the victim and separate residences from the victim. I am revoking the 2 prior bonds. One-time return.
Alors,
Do they live together?
alors et bon, nous va mettre bon à 1500, pas gain contact avec victime nan et faut rester dans caille, c'est pas avec victime nan. Est-ce que tu habites avec victime nan?
Non, non, pas habiter ensemble, non.
No, we don't live together.
Okay, no need for a one-time return then. $1,500 bond, no contact with the victim, and I am revoking the 2 prior bonds in case 21 MM 9307 and 2103-0096. I'm sorry, that's the inmate number. The other case number is 2021 CT 7998 AO.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. Could you please say that again?
The 2 case numbers in which I'm revoking bond are 2021 CT 7987 AO and 2021 CT 7998 AO.
Thank you. Alors, bon, c'est 1,500, pas de contact avec victime, non, pas besoin de retour, et nous pas besoin de rester dans le même cas. M'a révoqué 2 l'autre bon yo, qui c'est 2021 CT 7998 AO et 7998 AO. 2 bons ça yo révoqué.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir.
D'accord, bonne chance à vous-même, monsieur. Thank you.
Okay, Tyrone Thompson. I'm sorry? Okay, he'll be reset for tomorrow.
Hello, this is interpreter speaking, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am?
Are my services still needed at this time?
You're all done. Thank you, Madam Interpreter, for your work.
Thank you so much for using our services. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. I have next Zebedee Atwell. Okay, there are several cases here. First case is 21 CF 16311. There's 5 charges: introducing contraband into the county detention facility, battery, dating violence, providing false ID to law enforcement, resisting officer without violence, and possession of cannabis, less than 20 grams. I'm inclined to set a bond of $1,000 on each of those 5 charges for a total of $5,000. In the failure to appear case, that's 2020 CF 014613B0, I'm inclined to no bond him for failing to appear on both counts. And for violation of probation, 2020 CF 5639AO, I'm also inclined to no bond him. Anything from the state?
Your Honor, since he's out on bond, could we revoke bond?
Is he out on bond? I don't have that.
He's not out on bond.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, my mistake.
Okay. Was there anything from the state?
No objection.
Okay, let's hear from the victim. Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
What is your name, ma'am?
Natasha Ladarmas Jean.
Okay. If Mr. Atwell gets out of jail, do you want to have contact with him?
Yes,
Okay. Has anything like this ever happened before?
no,
Okay. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for no hostile contact, since the victim does want contact. We would ask for a reduction in those bond amounts, because $5,000 total is very high. And we would ask that the failure to appear, Mr. Atwell says that there was a bond amount on that warrant originally, and he would ask that you stay that amount.
I'm going to order the no hostile contact. What's the position of the state on lowering those bonds?
The state objects.
Okay. I am going to keep the bonds at $1,000 apiece for each of those 5 charges. No hostile contact with the victim. And I am going to no bond him on the failures to appear, as well as the violation of probation. Sir, good luck to you.
Any other conditions on
No hostile contact with the victim. That's it. Okay, next up is Brandon Daniels. Are you Mr. Daniels? All right. Mr. Daniels, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? Okay. I do find probable cause in this case. There are 5 charges: the robbery of a residential home, residential home invasion without a firearm or weapon, tampering with a witness or hindering law enforcement, robbery, criminal mischief of $1,000 or greater, battery, domestic violence, and battery. I'm inclined to set the bond at count 1 at $5,000, count 2 at $1,000, count 3 at $5,000, count 4 at $1,000, count 5 at $1,000, and count 6 at $500. With no contact. Do we have the victim here? Yes, Your Honor. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, what is your name?
Giovanni Ramos?
If he gets out of jail, ma'am, do you want contact with him?
I do not.
Okay. Anything from the state?
Your Honor, could you address the failure to appear?
I'm going to get to that next. Let me get to that.
No objection.
Anything from the defense?
Your Honor, for the victim.
You couldn't hear? I said, do you want contact with him? And she said no.
Okay. No, I don't have any further questions for her, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't have a failure to appear, do I? Let me see, unless I'm missing anything. I do have I have a prior bond, or 2 prior bonds. Is that what you're referring to?
Your Honor, there's a 2021 CT 1040 that says failure to appear.
Ah, okay. That's buried.
Can I say something?
You have a right to speak, sir, but I would strongly, if you want to, you can. I would strongly suggest you speak with your attorney first and see if she thinks that's a good idea.
I was actually kicked out
I'm sorry, sir?
Your Honor, he's saying that it was not intentional that he failed to appear, and he's asking for a bond on that case.
What?
I'll be the court. I want to fix my license.
He said it was not noticed.
Okay. What's the position of the state on the failure to appear?
The state would request no bond.
I've been to I've been on my court dates for this. I just missed one. It's been an ongoing case. It's been a while. I've been in touch with my attorney and everything. I've been trying to, because this is about my license. I'm trying to fix it.
All right, sir, I'm going to give you a bond on that case. If you don't appear again, it is extremely unlikely the next judge is going to give you a bond. Do you understand?
I understand. I'm going to be there.
If you miss again, it's very likely you're going to stay in jail for the entire proceeding. Do you understand?
I want to fix my license. I got you.
Okay, let's go through these one by one. I'm not going to revoke his prior bonds. Count 1 of the 21 CF 16312 case, it's going to be a $5,000 bond. Count 2 is going to be $1,000. Count 3 is going to be $5,000. Count 4 is going to be $1,000. Count 5 is going to be $1,000. Count 6 is going to be $600. The bond on the failure to appear is going to be $2,500. That's case 2021 CT 1040AA. And the petty theft case 2021 MM 84380 is going to be, it's petty theft of $100 or more in petty theft. It's going to be $500 on each of those 2 counts.
Your Honor, on 2021 CF 16312, on the last count of battery, you originally said 500 and then just now you said 600. Could we clarify what the bond is?
I thought I said 500. It should have been 500.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. So that's I'll read it again. Count 1, 5,000, count 2, 1,000, count 3, 5,000, count 4, 1,000, count 5, 1,000, count 6, 500.
Yes, Your Honor. And you said no contact, correct?
No contact and no return to the scenes of the thefts. So that's in the petty theft case, no return to the scene. That's
Too respectful. Special matter.
2021 MM 84380. Okay, is everything clear, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. All right, next up, I have Wilbur Gary. Okay. Mr. Gary, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? All right. I find probable cause. I'm inclined to set the bond at $5,000. Anything from the state, and no contact with the victim? Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor, no objection.
Anything from defense?
I'm sorry, is there no contact with my nephew? Is that what you said, Your Honor?
Correct. No contact with the alleged victim in this case, sir. That means no contact whatsoever. It means you can't email, no calls, no text messages, no nothing.
Because I'm my mother's caregiver, and he does come over there sometime, but I'll make sure either I'm gone or.
You cannot be anywhere he is. If so, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release, and you'll be back here without a bond.
I'm saying that, I just say I'll make sure I'm not there when he comes to see his grandmother, that's.
Okay. All right, bond is set at $5,000. No contact with the victim. Jaminique Mitchum. Good luck to you, sir. Okay, are you Miss Mitchum?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miss Mitchum, I'm going to put the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Take your time. All right, I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set bond at $2,500 with no contact with the victim and maintain separate residences from the victim. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for a reduced bond amount, if Your Honor is inclined to put any other conditions on her as well. $2,500 is a lot of money. Your
What's-
Honor, there is also some concerns about another case, but I don't think that's going to need to be addressed today.
Okay. What's the position of the state on a reduced bond?
State objects.
Counsel, I'll go $2,000. That's as low as I'm going to go. Bond is set at $2,000. No contact with the victim. Maintain separate residences from the victim. Ma'am, do you understand what no contact means?
Don't speak to him, don't look at him, don't say nothing to him.
Not so much as an email. No text messages, no nothing. If you contact him at all, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release, and you're going to be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond at all. You may have to stay in jail, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. All right, David Villegas?
Yes, sir.
Are you Mr. Villegas?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, I do find the charge here, count one, tampering with a witness and hindering communications with law enforcement and battery domestic violence. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 on count one and $2,500 on count two, with the conditions of no contact with the victim and maintaining separate residences from the victim. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we just ask for no hostile contact and a reduced bond. Your Honor, to $1,000 on each.
What's the position of the state?
State objects.
I'm going to leave the bond at what I previously stated, $1,000 on count one, $2,500 on count two, and I am going to make it no contact with the victim and separate residences from the victim. Sir, do you understand what no contact means?
Sir.
That means not so much as a text message, no emails, no nothing. If you contact her in any way, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You'll be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, are you Willie Young?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Young, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond at $15,000. Count one is arson second degree, count two is arson second degree. I'm inclined to set the bond at $15,000 on each count for a total bond of $30,000 with the conditions of no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and no possession of any firearms or other weapons. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ask for a reduced bond. $30,000 is a lot of money, even at 10%. That's $3,000. My client is unable to afford that. He's basically to the extent of having no bond at all.
What's the position of the state?
State objects.
I'm going to leave the bond at the $15,000 per charge, $30,000 total, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and no possession of weapons or firearms. All right, I have here that Mr. Bray only qualifies for the public defender at this initial appearance. So I'm going to appoint the public defender solely for the initial appearance. Sir, do you understand? The public defender is going to be your attorney for this hearing. Do you understand?
Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond at $2,500. Let's hear from the victim. Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ma'am, if he gets out of jail, do you want contact with him?
No.
Okay, anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, this is a misdemeanor battery. $2,500 is a lot. We would ask for a reduced bond or for PTR. He has no prior history except for a petty theft. He's not a danger to the community, and he's not a flight risk.
What's the position of the state on a reduced bond? I'm not going to PTR him.
State would agree to a reduced bond.
I'm sorry?
The state would agree to a reduced bond.
All right, $1,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sure.
Okay. Bond will be set at $1,000. I'm not going to revoke the prior bond for petty theft. No contact with the victim and maintaining separate residences from the victim. Sir, do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, sir.
That means no calls, no text messages, no emails, no nothing. If you contact her in any way, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You'll be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond. Do you understand? Okay. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Bustamante James.
Your Honor, can we call Bray briefly?
Yeah, hold on.
I just need a one-time return to get his belongings with law enforcement.
That's fine. Can we add to his case one-time return, please, Madam Clerk? All right, one-time return will be granted.
Your Honor, just to clarify, that was Bray?
Yes, that was Bray. One-time return with law enforcement, $1,000 bond, no contact, separate residences with a one-time return. Okay, is it Bustamante James? How do I pronounce your name, ma'am?
Bustamante James.
Bustamante James, okay. Ma'am, I'm going to appoint the public defender to serve as your attorney, okay? Okay. I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to grant PTR. Let's hear from the victim. Sir, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, if she gets out of jail today, do you want contact with her?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Do you have any fear of her?
No, not at all, sir.
Okay. Has this happened before?
Never.
Okay. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the fence? It's going to be no hostile contact.
Did you say PTR?
PTR with no hostile contact. Anything from defense?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, it's PTR with no hostile contact with the victim. Good luck to you, ma'am. Ma'am, do you know what no hostile contact means?
No, sir.
That means that you, in any interaction you have with them, you cannot even raise your voice, okay? Nothing. If you engage in hostility in any way, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You'll be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. All right, Frederick Carroll. Are you Mr. Carroll? Mr. Carroll?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? I do find probable cause in this case. We have no victim here. I'm inclined to set bond at $1,000 with no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, it appears Mr. Carroll would like to plead a time served today, if Your Honor is willing to do so.
Is the state willing?
The state is not willing for an offer today.
Okay.
How much is on, Your Honor?
$1,000.
I don't have the funds to bond out, sir.
Sir, stand right here.
I'm like, I don't have the funds to bond out, and because because I'm trying to pay a light bill, and I still have a $200. I still have a $327 bill remaining. That's what I was saying.
What's the position of the state on a $500 bond?
I don't have no money at all, so I'm trying to pay my lights. That's why I asked for time.
Your Honor, that actually increases his bond.
Going from 1,000 to 500 increases his bond?
Yeah, because he either has to pay the 500 or the 10% goes $50 and you can't pay $50, it's $100. So it's kind of either the same thing or worse.
What's the position of the state?
The state has no position.
In no position? Okay. It's okay, I'm making sure I hear correctly. I'm a little hard of hearing.
Correct, no position.
Okay. All right, counsel, I'm going to ROR you, sir. That means I'm going to let you out without a bond.
I'm sorry, the state would object to an ROR. This is a battery, domestic violence, and we would
Okay,
just request
all right.
that bond still be set.
So my understanding, counsel, is it's $100, 10% or $100 minimum, correct? So $500 or $1,000, either way, it's going to be $100. It's not worse, correct?
As long as he can get a 10%, right?
But you said it might be worse.
It is worse if he's not able to get the 10% surety, right? So he either can get 10%, which not everybody can do. Not everybody can sign off for that. or have anybody else. He has no belongings, nothing.
What I'm saying is, how could the 500 be worse?
If he doesn't qualify for a 10% surety through
Yeah.
a bondsman, then it's only 500. You don't get the option to pay 10%.
But how is that worse than with a $1,000 bond? Wouldn't that be the same situation? Because you said it could be worse.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, Your Honor, just
So there's no way a $500 bond is worse, correct?
not technically, you're right.
Okay, all right.
I cannot vote no.
I'm going to leave it at a $1,000 bond for now. No contact with the victim and no return to the scene.
But, excuse me, Your Honor, I don't have no type of funds to bond out, sir. That's what I was trying to tell you.
I understand what you're saying, sir. You can discuss with your attorney further ways to explore the bond process. I'm leaving the bond at $1,000. Good luck to you, sir. Jacqueline Escobar? Are you Miss Escobar? Okay, Miss Escobar, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? All right. I find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 with no contact with the victim and separate residences. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask for ROR in this case, or at least PTR. She has no prior history whatsoever.
You know, I see that she does qualify for PTR. I missed that. Does the state object to PTR?
The state does not object.
Okay, it's going to be PTR
With the
conditions.
condition.
Yeah. So it's going to be PTR with no contact with the victim and separate residences from the victim. Ma'am, are you listening to me? Do you know what no contact means? That means you can't even email, no text messages, no calls. If you contact the victim in any way, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You'll be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond, you understand? In other words, may not let you out.
Your Honor, this is not a no return though, right? Because the residents, it doesn't matter where they reside, as long as they have separate residences.
Correct. It's separate residences.
Okay, because the home that this occurred at is in her name, so,
It is maintained separate residences.
okay.
If somebody is in her home and they're not supposed to be there, she may, avail herself of legal remedies for them being in the home, but she is not to come in contact with the victim at all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. All right, Oswald Gonzalez? All right, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? All right, this is battery domestic violence. I'm inclined to set bond at $2,000 with no contact with the victim and maintaining separate residences. I am not inclined to revoke the prior bond. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for a reduced bond, $2,000 is a lot for a misdemeanor battery case.
What's the position of the state?
The state will request that the bond remain at $2,000, especially since the prior bond is not being revoked.
$407-836-0522. All right, I'm going to leave the bond at $2,000. I'm not going to revoke the prior bond, though. All right, no contact with the victim. Sir, do you understand what no contact means?
Sir.
Okay, that means you can't even text message, email, nothing, okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir. Good luck. All right. Okay, take your time. Yes?
We're ready when you are, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Merritt, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Sir.
All right, I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set bond at $1,000 with no contact with the victim and maintaining separate residences from the victim. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Merritt actually lives in Connecticut, and so he has a flight that he has to catch in a couple of days. He's down here to take care of his grandmother. He promises to return for his court dates. He just asked that he be allowed to return back to his home in Connecticut.
So on a bond, though, but he just wants to be able to leave the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection from the state?
No objection.
All right. Condition of his release, he may leave the state. He may not leave the United States, but he may leave the state of Florida. $1,000 bond, no contact with the victim and separate residences. Sir, do you know what no contact means? No text messages, no emails, no phone calls, no nothing, okay? If you contact the victim, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You'll be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond, okay?
Yes, sir.
Even if you contact the victim from Connecticut, you can be brought here, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I
Good.
have a question. So,
Sir, ask your attorney any questions, okay?
Your Honor, before we move on, could we just ensure that we have the correct address for?
Of course, as soon as I finish.
Your Honor, they were staying at a hotel while they've been down here. He just asked for a one-time return to the hotel to get his belongings.
I mean, I didn't order no return to the scene, so, I mean, is she still in the hotel?
He's not sure, so he doesn't want to violate the court's order.
Okay, that's fine by me. One-time return to the hotel with law enforcement. Sir, what is your address in Connecticut?
81 Bradley Ave, Hamden, Connecticut.
What was the town?
Hamden.
Did you get that state? Can you spell the town for us, sir?
Hamden. Hamden.
Okay, Hamden, Connecticut.
And that's 81
Bradley Ave.
Bradley?
Yes, ma'am.
81 Bradley Avenue, Hamden, Connecticut?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fill out a change of address form real quick.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, take your time.
Your Honor.
Okay, take your time. I have to see people. We need to get the video working.
Your Honor, when we get a moment, may we take a brief recess?
Oh, of course. Yeah. We'll take a recess after the next defendant we have waiting. So after this one, let's not bring anyone else in yet.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. All right, Mr. Scheffler. Mr. Scheffler, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, okay? Okay. My paperwork seems like it was missing a page from Mr. Scheffler. Is he eligible for pretrial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is he eligible for pretrial release? Okay, I'm inclined to grant pretrial release then. Let's hear from the victim. Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
If he gets out of jail today, do you want to see him?
Yes.
What's your name?
Luciana.
Can you speak up?
Luciana.
Okay. What's your last name?
Santos.
Okay. Do you want contact with him?
Yes.
Has he ever done this before?
No.
Okay. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense? Okay. It's going to be PTR with no hostile contact. Sir, do you understand what no hostile contact means? Yes, sir. That means you can't even raise your voice. I understand. Okay? If you engage in any hostile contact, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You'll be back here, and the next judge may not let you out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. Take a, is 5 minutes? Okay, we'll be in recess for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Sieg? All right, Mr. Sieg, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? All right, the charge is battery, dating, violence. Do you have a question, sir?
I thought I had a private attorney.
Do we have a private attorney here?
Supposed to handle.
You know the name of the attorney?
My mom was handling all that kind of stuff, but I guess not.
There's no one here today. I can appoint the public defender to represent you at this hearing.
Yeah, this is just for bond and probable cause.
Yes.
If you accept the public defender today, that does not affect your right to get a private attorney at any other time. So you can get out of here as soon as you bond out, which I'm going to set a bond. You can hire any attorney that will agree to take your case who's a member of the Florida Bar.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I am appointing the public defender. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 with no contact with the victim and maintaining separate residences. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense? Okay, take your time. Okay.
bit unusual.
You-
He lives in Bonita Springs. He was here with the girlfriend on vacation and rode up with her in her vehicle. They're staying in the hotel together. They live together. So we would ask for no hostile contact so that
She's not here, so I'm not going to grant a no hostile contact. I mean, he can always take that up with the division judge and ask for the conditions to be changed, but I'm not going to grant the no hostile contact without the victim here to ask for it. Okay. All right, sir, it's a $1,000 bond. You're allowed to ask the division judge to change the conditions of your release. So you can, if you'd like to ask for permission to contact her, you can do that. Until you obtain that permission, do not contact her. If there is a phone call, text message, email, anything, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release. You could be back here, and the next judge may not give you a bond, okay? So if you need to contact the victim, don't until you go to the division judge and they give you permission to do so, okay? Okay. All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, Ms. Thompson?
Hello.
Okay, Ms. Thompson. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Are you appointing?
That's going to be your attorney right there. She's the public defender.
That's fine.
She's going to be your attorney,
Okay.
okay? I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 with no contact and separate residences. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
I gotta go get my police.
we have a one-time return.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
One-time return.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Ma'am, do you know what no contact means?
I don't want no contact with him anyways.
Okay, that means no phone calls, no text messages, no emails, no nothing, okay?
I don't want any contact with him at all.
Okay.
I don't want him to contact me either.
All right, good. Good. I like to hear compliance in advance. Great.
Mhm.
Okay. $1,000 bond, no contact, separate residences, one-time return.
Thank you.
No problem, ma'am. You have a wonderful day.
You as well, sir.
Best of luck to you. Junior Zimeo. Mr. Zimeo? All right, Mr. Zimeo, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I do find probable cause in this case. Let's hear from the victim. Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Can you take your mask off just while you're in the box?
Yes.
Okay. What is your name, ma'am?
Chantel Davis?
If he gets out of jail, do you want contact with him?
Yes.
Okay. Has this ever happened before?
No.
If anything happens, will you call the police?
Huh?
If anything does happen again, will you call the police?
Yes.
All right. I'm inclined to order no hostile contact. Anything from the state
No, Your Honor.
defense?
No, Your Honor, can you repeat the bond amount?
$1,000. Sir, do you know what no hostile contact means?
Sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means you can't even raise your voice. Any hostility whatsoever and towards that woman, and you will be back here in violation of your conditions of release, and the next judge may not give you a bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. All right, Chester Dyson.
Refused, Your Honor.
Refused? All right, he'll be reset for tomorrow. Chester Dyson is reset for tomorrow. Ada Figueroa? All right, Ada Figueroa is reset for tomorrow. All right, Brian Gallup. Are you Mr. Gallup?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay, sir? Okay, I do find probable cause in this case. It's possession of fentanyl and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 on the possession of fentanyl, $1,000 on possession of drug paraphernalia, with the conditions of that he not use any illegal drugs or non-prescribed medications. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
One moment, Your Honor.
Okay. Gallup, Brian Gallup.
Your Honor, Mr. Gallup would like to do pretrial release only.
He doesn't qualify.
Your Honor can still order it, I believe.
What's the position of the state?
I think it would honestly be good for me, Your Honor, to tell you the truth, I do.
What's the position of the state?
State objects.
Yeah, I'm going to order the bond. It's $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two. No use of illegal drugs or non-prescribed medications. Sir, if you, one of the conditions of your release is no use of drugs. If you're caught with drugs, you'll be back here in violation of your conditions, and the next judge may revoke the bond, okay, and keep you in here pending the proceeding. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, good luck to you, sir. Is this Jerome Johnson? All right, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, okay? Do you understand? I'm going to put the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? I'm not sure there's probable cause on the gun charge. According to the affidavit, the gun was not concealed. It was in plain view. Anything I'm missing?
Your Honor, for that, could we have a just 24-hour reset to contact the officer to get an updated?
I mean, the officer says right in the affidavit, I approached and saw it in plain view. I'm not going to give another 24 hours. He's going to be ROR'd on the gun charge. We also have the DUI charge. I'm inclined to set bond at $1,000 with the condition of no alcohol or illegal drugs, anything from the state.
Could you repeat the bond amount?
$1,000. No alcohol or drugs, illegal drugs. Defense?
Nothing else.
Okay, the carrying concealed firearm charge is PC'd for no probable cause, is ROR'd. The DUI, driving under the influence, set at $1,000 with the condition of no use of alcohol, illegal drugs, or non-prescribed medications. Sir, best of luck to you. All right, are you Mr. Mason?
Sir?
Okay, Mr. Mason, I'm going to appoint the attorney standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? She's the public defender. I do find probable cause. This is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. I'm inclined to set the bond at $5,000 with the conditions of no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and no possession of weapons or firearms. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense? Okay, bond is set at $5,000, no weapons or firearms, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene. Sir, do you know what no contact means?
Yes, sir.
No contact at all, not even an email, no text messages, no nothing, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, best of luck to you. All right, next up is Miss Mate. Is it Mate or Mate? Mate? Okay. Miss Mate, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay? Okay, do you understand? Can you speak verbally? Okay. I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set bond at possession of, count one is possession of possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. Count two is possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm inclined to set the bond at $5,000 on count one and $1,000 on count two with the condition of no use of illegal drugs or non-prescribed medications, anything from the state.
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for a reduced bond.
That's pretty substantially reduced from the warrant, counsel.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to leave it at $5,000 on count one, $1,000 on count two. No use of illegal drugs or non-prescribed medications.
Thank you.
Ma'am, if you are picked up with drugs, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release, and the next judge may revoke the bond, and you'll be in jail for the full length of your case, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, best of luck to you, ma'am. All right, Elijah Reed. Okay, Elijah Reed will be reset for tomorrow with Judge Netcher. Sean Stewart? Okay, Mr. Stewart. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay, sir? Okay. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set the bond at $500 with the condition of no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. The charge is damaging property and criminal mischief over $200 and under $1,000. Anything from the state?
I'm sorry, could you repeat who this is?
There's two cases, I'm sorry. So we have the first case, which is 2021 MM883AW. That's damaging property and criminal mischief over $200 and under $1,000. Second case is the weapons offense. I'm inclined to set the bond on the first case, the property damage, at $500. I'm inclined to set the weapons offense charge at $2,500 with the condition of no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the name of the defendant?
Sean Stewart. Take your time.
I apologize.
It's okay. It's been a long day. Still no word from IT? Okay. Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk.
I apologize, you can resume.
Okay, you're good. Did you read anything again?
Yes, if you could repeat it. I apologize.
Okay, so the property damage charge, I'm inclined to set a bond of $500. For the weapons offense, I'm inclined to set a bond of $2,500. Conditions on both bonds would be no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
No.
Anything from defense?
5,000 and 2,500, Your Honor.
500 and 2,500.
My apologies. Indulgence.
Take your time.
He doesn't have the warrant for the shooting drawing instructor.
It's case 2021 CF 16310. Would you like to see a copy of mine?
Because he doesn't have an arrest affidavit or anything.
Would you like to see a copy of mine, counsel? I do have it.
I'm also missing it, so I don't know if there was an issue with getting it.
Okay, Madam Clerk, can we print a couple copies? Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll go in recess for just a minute while the clerk prints those out for you. Okay, we're back on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. We've reviewed it, and he understands now. I'm going to give him this copy that the clerk printed out. Your Honor, Mr. Stewart is a student at the University of Central Florida. He, as most young college students are, has limited financial means. And so we would ask for PPR or ROR. Your Honor, he has very minimal record. It looks like the last conviction was in 2009. So we're talking about 13 years ago at this point. We just really would ask that Your Honor either ROR him or this is not the name of the charge is a lot more than what
Throw a breakthrough window, or he's alleged to have thrown a breakthrough window. What's the position of this?
issue.
Okay. What's the position of the state?
The state would agree to a slightly decreased bond, but no PTR or ROR.
Your Honor, can we do 500 and 500?
State,
The state would object to that.
about 1,000 and 1,000.
We can do that.
I'm going to do 1,000 and 1,000. So that's going to be, if you qualify with a bail bondsman, that'll be a $200 amount you'll have to put up in cash, okay? Let me see here. No return to the scene and no contact with the victim. Yes, no contact with the victim. All right, sir, best of luck to you. All right, Taraya Thomas. Okay, Ms. Thomas, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Your Honor, I'm gonna move over. I'm not feeling great. I will still be present, but I'm just gonna sit down
Okay.
so that I don't get sick again.
Is that, did you just now start feeling bad in the last few minutes?
About when I asked you for a brief recess earlier.
You need another recess?
No, I'm okay right now, thank you.
Okay, all right. Is this something, oh, let's go off the record. All right, back on the record, Taraya Thomas. Ms. Thomas, I'm going to appoint the public defender sitting at that table to represent you, okay? I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 on the first charge and $500 on each of the second charges. This first charge, grand theft, third-degree motor vehicle. Second charge, grand theft, third degree, more than $750, less than $5,000. Third charge, criminal mischief of more than $1,000. I'm inclined to grant $1,000 on count 1, $500 on each count 2 and 3, with no contact with the victim and no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor. Ms. Thomas, do you understand that? Can you, you need to speak out loud. It's being recorded. Okay. No, Your Honor, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, bond is set as I stated. Yeah, yeah. All right, Mr. Thomas, Trenton Thomas? Okay, sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender sitting at that table to serve as your attorney, okay? We have two cases with Mr. Thomas? Just
One
the-
case.
Just one, okay. All right, I do find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to set the bond on count one, which is, possession of methamphetamine. Count two, resisting an officer without violence. I'm inclined to set the bond on count one at $2,000, on count two at $100, with the condition of no use of illegal drugs or non-prescribed medications. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Mr. Thomas. Your Honor, Mr. Thomas would ask the court to reduce the bond.
What's the position of the state?
The state would object.
I've already reduced it from what's in the warrant council. I'm going to leave it at 2,000 on count one, 100 on count two, with the condition of no use of illegal drugs or non-prescribed medications. All right. Best of luck to you, sir.
Mr. Thomas.
Lonnie Tisdale?
He's asking you.
Lonnie Tisdale.
Okay, Mr. Tisdale, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is a failure to appear multiple times. I'm inclined to no bond it. What's the position of the state?
No objection. No, yeah.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for a bond, any kind of bond whatsoever. We understand that's the court's position, but we would just ask.
What's the position of the state?
The state would request no bond.
Yeah, it's a failure to appear. I'm going to no bond him.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir, best of luck to you. Have a great new year. All right, next up, we have Vincent Williams. Are you Mr. Williams? Okay, Mr. Williams will be reset for tomorrow. Keith Young? Okay. All right, Mr. Young, I'm going to put the public defender sitting at that table to serve as your attorney, okay? All right, I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set this is a grand theft of third degree. I'm inclined to set the bond at $1,000 with the condition of no return to the scene, anything from the state.
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense.
One moment, Your Honor.
Take your time. Okay, bond is set at $1,000. No return to the scene. Sir, best of luck to you. All right, Tyrone Hines.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay, sir?
Okay,
This is a failure to appear. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to no bond it. State?
No objection.
Defense?
Your Honor, defense would ask for a bond, or PTR.
It's the first failure to appear. What's the position of the state?
The state would prefer no bond.
I'm going to no bond this one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
you know when is my next court date?
I,
There will be a VOP status hearing on January 18th
Oh,
at 8:30 a.m.
next month?
January 18th, sir.
All right.
Good luck to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right, next up is
Davi Kane, sir.
Davi Kane? Okay, Mr. Kane, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to ROR it, though. What's the position of the state?
One moment, Your Honor.
It's a trespass on property charge. There's no prior.
The state has no objection.
All right, I'm going to ROR him, but no return to the scene. So, sir, this means you cannot go back to this location, okay? This is the Starbucks.
Yes, sir.
If you enter that Starbucks, you're going to be in violation of your conditions of release.
Yes, sir.
If you're picked up there, the next judge may not give you a bond, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Happy New Year, sir. Thank you.
all right, Happy New Year. All right, that's ROR'd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. All right, next up, I didn't have full paperwork on this one, but is this Ray Caleb? It's a traffic issue. This was next on my list. Let me see. Caleb Parrish, I'm sorry. Oh, he bonded? Okay. All right, James Mitchell? Medical. All right, James Mitchell will be reset for tomorrow. Hold on a second. Does the public defender want to handle Mr. Mitchell anyways? Waive his appearance?
Sure, Your Honor.
I'm inclined to ROR Mr. Mitchell. It's a trespass charge. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Mitchell will be ROR'd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Carlos Resendez?
Sir.
All right, Mr. Resendez, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is a trespass other than a structure or conveyance. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to ROR it with the condition of no return. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, anything?
No.
All right, it's, sir, you're going to be released, but you cannot return to this location, okay? If you return to this location, you may be, you'll be in violation of your conditions of release, and they may bring you back here, and you may not get released next time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ROR, no return to scene. Good luck to you, sir. Alfredo Vives. Are you Mr. Vives?
I'm supposed to be Vives, but they put Vives.
Okay, Vives?
Vives, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Vives. Mr. Vives, I'm going to appoint the public defender at that table to serve as your attorney, okay? All right, I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set the bond at $500. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask for PTR or a reduced bond of $100.
State?
Your Honor, just given the history, we would prefer to stick with a bond.
I'm going to leave the bond at $500 in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, good luck to you. Your bond is set at $500. Good luck to you, sir. All right, next up, I have Robert Woody. Are you Mr. Woody? All right, Mr. Woody, I'm going to appoint the public defender sitting at that table to represent you in this proceeding, okay? All right? I find probable cause in this case. I'm inclined to, it's trespass on property after warning. I'm inclined to ROR it with no return. Anything from the state?
No objection.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to let you out today without a bond. One of the conditions of your release is that you cannot return to this location. If you return to this location, you're going to be in violation of your conditions of release, and you'll be hauled back, and the next judge may not let you out pending your proceeding, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Joshua Sims? Okay, Mr. Sims, I'm going to appoint the public defender sitting at that table to serve as your attorney, okay? All right, this is an out-of-county warrant. It's set at no bond. So it's going to stay that way. And I believe this is Seminole County. You'll be picked up by Seminole County, sir. It's a Seminole County bond. Orange County picked you up, but it's a Seminole County issue. You'll be sent there, okay? All right. Ms. Swain?
Yes.
All right. How do you pronounce your first name, Ms. Swain?
Curious Swain.
All right.
Curious.
All right, make curious. Ms. Swain, I'm going to appoint the public defender sitting at that table to represent you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. This is an out-of-county warrant. This is from, let me see what county this is.
Polk County.
Yeah, it's from Polk County. Ma'am, you're going to be sent to Polk County. I'm going to leave it at no bond. Polk County will pick you up because it's a Polk County issue, ma'am. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, are you gonna set it at no bond because it came in at a $10,000 bond?
It did?
It did.
I have it as coming in at no bond.
I do have a bond.
Okay, that piece of the paperwork is wrong, actually. All right, I'm going to leave it at $10,000. All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, was there another sheet? I only received the first appearance sheet.
Some of the paperwork has not been complete today. I have the affidavit setting a bond amount at zero. I have the remark saying subject is confirmed warrant at $10,000 with a bond of $10,000.
Could I possibly get a copy of the charging affidavit?
You want to take a look at mine?
I just need it for our paperwork.
Okay, Madam Clerk, can we print her a copy of the Ms. Swain paperwork? Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, Gary Lanou? All right, Mr. Lanou will be reset for tomorrow. Erica Taylor? Medical, she'll be, does the public defender want to waive her appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm inclined to ROR, Ms. Taylor. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
All right, ROR with no return to the scene. All right. Jack Collins? Okay. So I have that this is a violation of probation. The paperwork that I received did not. Okay. What's the state's request as to a bond in this case?
One moment. The state would request no bond in this case for violation of probation.
No bond?
Yes.
Your Honor, defense may be heard.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, even though Mr. Collins is listed as a violent felon offender of special concern, he does have significant medical issues that he needs to be released for. He is on dialysis, and we would ask for a bond of some sort so that he can receive those services outside of the jail.
Also, Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt. Even if you do give him a bond, he won't be released because he does have that VFOSC hold on him. Due to it being the holidays, we won't be able to release that hold until we hear from the DOC.
What's the hold for?
The VFOSC. He's a violent felony offender of special concern.
It doesn't sound like he's getting out no matter what, counsel. I'm gonna set it at no bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, good luck to you. All right, Chivas Smith. Are you Mr. Smith? Is it, how are you, sir? Is it Chivas or Chivas?
Chevis.
Chivas. Okay, Mr. Smith. I'm going to appoint the public defender sitting at that table to represent you. Do you understand? I'm inclined to set a bond in this case. What's the position of the state?
No objection to setting bond.
All right, I'm inclined to set a $1,000 bond, given what the violation alleged is, with the condition that he comply with all conditions of his probation. Anything from either side?
There's also a failure to appear.
Oh, okay, hold on.
The misdemeanor failure to appear, Your Honor, 21 MM 4990.
What's the position of the state on the failure to appear?
The state would not object to a bond.
Sir, I'm going to give you a bond on both of these. These are both the type of charges where a judge can no bond you and keep you, okay? I'm going to give you a bond on both of them. If you're back here on these, it is very unlikely the next judge is going to give you a bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's going to be a $1,000 bond on the violation of probation with the condition that he comply with all conditions of his probation immediately. And I'm going to do $2,000 on the failure to appear. Sir, the next time you're very unlikely to get a bond, okay?
I appreciate it.
Don't come back.
Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day. Nathan Franklin? All right, Mr. Franklin, I'm going to appoint the public defender at that table to serve as your attorney, okay? I find probable cause, but I'm inclined to ROR this. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
All right, sir, you're going to be released without a bond today. You do need to show up for all of your court proceedings, okay?
All right, thanks, sir.
If you fail to show up for any court proceedings, your release is going to be revoked. Do you understand? Make sure you show up for all your court proceedings, okay? Keep an eye on your mail, okay?
Fighting in court, right?
Pardon?
Fighting in court.
Yeah, you can fight the charge. Yeah, absolutely. So this is a proceeding to determine whether we hold you while you have your case, okay? This doesn't mean you can't fight the case. You can fight the case if you believe that's in your interest. But I set your conditions of release, okay? And that means one of the conditions is you have to show up for all your court proceedings. You can show up and you can fight it, and you can say, I'm not guilty and I don't want to give in, but you must show up. If you don't show up, you're going to be back here, and they might hold you pending the proceeding, okay? All right. You have a nice day, sir. John Snyder?
Yes.
Are you Mr. Snyder? All right, Mr. Snyder, I'm going to appoint the public defender at that table to serve as your attorney, okay? I do find probable cause, but I'm inclined to ROR this. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
All right. Sir, you're going to be released today without a bond on your own recognizance. One thing that means is you have to show up for all of your court proceedings, okay? If you don't show up for any court proceedings, you'll be back in here and you may not be released next time, understood?
I can't get time served or whatever for this disorderly conduct.
Why don't you discuss that with your attorney? And if your attorney wants to discuss that with the state, she can. Do you want to take a minute?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I could
All right, we'll be in recess for 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Snyder would like to do a change of plea. He would like to plead no contest to disorderly conduct. The state has offered an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and court costs.
No adjudication of guilt?
Adjudication.
Adjudication of guilt, time served, and court costs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can I have the plea form? Okay, Mr. Snyder, is this your plea form?
Yes,
Did you read it and understand it?
yes,
Have you had a chance to discuss it with your attorney as much as you'd like?
yes,
Do you wish to enter into the plea?
yes,
Okay. Do you understand that by doing that, you're waiving your right to a trial?
yes,
Okay. Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, that could affect your immigration status?
yes,
Okay, all right. The court will accept the plea. The sentence is adjudication of guilt, time served, and the court costs are reduced to a civil judgment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, what is the amount of credit time served? Is it just 1 day?
The time served? 2 days.
2 days.
Hold on. I believe it's 2 days. Two days.
Thank you.
This is the 31st. All right, that's everything in orange.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's go off the record and figure out